Welcome back to the Fit Stop podcast, and the podcast in full is coming very, very soon, and I'm just giving you snippets and updates of breaking news in Formula 1. And today it was announced that Season 6, can't believe we're in Season 6 already, Drive to Survive is back. Now, I'm not quite sure what they're going to put in to Drive to Survive this year, because it was mostly Max Verstappen winning, Perez having a bad time, and Carlos Sainz winning one race. But we do have the whole story, I suppose, of McLaren coming back, and we've got a bad season, and will Lewis Hamilton be signing again for Mercedes? So there probably is a bit of drama there that we didn't see, and I'm sure that Netflix might have got behind the scenes. But I do enjoy watching different behind the scenes stuff, whether it's Christian Horner at his home with his horses, or it's Toto on a plane, or with his kids. There's always these stories that we don't get. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with Haas and Gunter, and will they change anything, or will they keep in, because he was like one of the biggest Drive to Survive. Fans absolutely loved him, especially when he went on about K-Mag fuck smashing his door, which was absolutely brilliant. But Drive to Survive Season 6 is back February 23rd. I just hope the one thing that kind of drives me, no pun intended, a bit mad, is the editing sometimes can be really bad, and you're like, that's not the same track, that's not the same practice session, that noise didn't happen. One of them for me is when Grosjean goes, oh shit, before he goes through the barrier. He didn't say that, he didn't get time to say that. But yeah, Drive to Survive Season 6 is back, and we've got more news, and we've got a new name for Alpha Tauri. Okay, so if you thought the new name for Alfa Romeo and the stake name was a mouthful, we've now got Visa Cash App RB Formula 1 team. Now, there was rumours that it would be called this, and then there was rumours that they'd be called Racing Bulls. So I'm not quite sure how Crofty and Martin Brundle and all the committee teams are going to have to deal with this, because it's going to be a hard one to say. What are they going to say? Daniel Ricciardo and the Visa Cash App RB car has just overtaken stake F1 teams. It's going to be really complicated. So I presume there's going to be a name like Racing Bulls, but officially, we don't say Petronas, Mercedes, AMG, whatever. We just call it Mercedes. So fingers crossed, we'll just be saying Racing Bulls. I'm going to go for Racing Bulls. And it's interesting as well to see, let's call them Racing Bulls, how they're going to get on this season, because lots of rumours are that they're going to be sharing a lot more, and the rules will allow them with their sister team, of course, the head team, Red Bull. And this is something where I just always thought this should happen. I mean, if you have, it's not very often that you own two teams in sport, so I'm surprised. I suppose the FAA haven't let them do it, but now is the potential chance for them to have a second team that potentially could be up there. And I think we'll see the young driver program being scrapped. Look, it's been very successful with the likes of Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion, Max Verstappen going for a 4th world championship this year in 2024. So the young driver program, Yuki Tsunoda is probably the last one in. And we had some subs in, didn't we, for Daniel Ricciardo, but it just didn't work out. And it was clear that signing Daniel Ricciardo for another year, was a view that maybe Red Bull are going to put him back into the Red Bull seat, or they've just scrapped the young driver program and they're looking to get further up the field, which would suit Yuki Tsunoda, who he had a good season last year, and Daniel Ricciardo had a good season, despite being out for a while and having that crash. Who would have thought Daniel Ricciardo coming back would have that incident in Holland, which would have taken him out of the season for a few races. But look, Liam Lawler still there, waiting to get back into the seat as well. So I think exciting times ahead for a team that I felt just kind of lacks a bit of motivation, a bit of love. I kind of feel it's a team that doesn't have a bit of heart, that has just kind of been there and not hugely successful. Now, they have had 2 race wins, funny enough, both in Italy, in Monza, but I kind of find them like Alpine as well, they don't seem to have that racing soul. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll find out in 2024. Visa Cash App RB Formula 1 team.